Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Tyler Herro opens up on his relationship with Bam Adebayo and rooting for him on Team USA. Miami Heat guard Tyler Herro is entering his sixth season in the NBA, but he's gone through a little bit of a different offseason this summer since he wasn't able to train as much with teammate Bam Adebayo. Herro told Forbes' Matt Issa that he and Adebayo trained together during the offseason since they live so close to each other. However, Adebayo spent this summer playing in the 2024 Paris Olympics with Team USA, leaving less time for Herro to work out with him. Earlier, Herro alluded to how he and his teammate Adebayo are undergoing a transition from blossoming stars to established veterans, Issa wrote. In Miami, Herro and Adebayo live in close proximity to one another. During a typical off-season, the two will often spend many days training together at each other's houses. While Adebayo is a few years older than Herro, the two share a lot of similarities. They both played collegiately at the University of Kentucky for John Calipari, and they both were key pieces in Miami's run to the NBA Finals in the 2019-20 season, even though they were still young players. Now, the two are hoping to lead Miami to a championship after reaching the finals twice in their NBA careers. Even though Herro wasn't able to practice with Adebayo while the big man was at the Olympics, he still shared how excited he was for his teammate to win the gold medal. "It was fun watching him represent the country and bring home the gold medal," Herro said. "It was cool because I know all the work we've put in together over the years. So, to see him continue to take on a bigger role, both with Team USA and the Heat, it is just really awesome to see. I'm really happy for him, and I'm ready to get back out on the court with him." If the Heat are going to get back to the NBA Finals in the 2024-25 season, they'll need Herro to stay healthy. The former Sixth Man of the Year award winner played in just 42 games last season due to injuries. He still played well, averaging 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game, but he missed nearly half of the 2023-24 season. With Herro and Adebayo currently entrenched as rotation pieces for the Heat, the future is bright for the franchise. Right now, they're looking to continue building the chemistry that they have with star Jimmy Butler to get the Heat back to the playoffs. Adebayo and Herro may have missed some time together to train, but it's likely the two will be back at each other's houses to practice and work out ahead of training camp for the Heat later this year. Tyler Herro believes Heat are deep enough to win title next season. Tyler Herro believes the Miami Heat are deep enough to win the NBA title next season. The Heat lost to the Boston Celtics in the first round of the 2024 playoffs in 5 games. All-star Jimmy Butler missed the entire series with a knee injury. "I'm really excited for this season," Herro told Matt Issa of Forbes. "Obviously, there are a lot of teams in the East that think they have externally improved. But I think we've improved internally. It may look a little different, but we have young guys that we hope will continue to get better. Bam Adebayo and I are young guys who are starting to become full-fledged veterans in this league. Terry Rozier is healthy now and ready to compete. Then you have Jimmy Butler, who is extra motivated after not being able to play in the playoffs last season. The Heat went 46-36 last season. Herro only played in 42 games due to injuries. We haven't been healthy yet," Herro said. "But we feel like when we do get healthy, we have a very deep team, a team that is deep enough to make a run in the East and ultimately win the NBA title." Herro averaged 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 0.7 steals and 0.1 blocks in 2023-24 while shooting 44.1% from the field, 39.6% from beyond the arc and 85.6% from the free throw line. The Heat were 23-19 with the guard in the lineup. Hero, who will make $29 million next season, has career averages of 18.1 points, 4.9 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 0.7 steals, and 0.2 blocks. He won the 2021-22 Sixth Man of the Year award. My biggest thing right now is developing my body and trying to get stronger so that I can stay as healthy as possible throughout the season, Hero said. As for adding to my strengths, I really want to sharpen up my efficiency to maximize my abilities as a scorer. In order to have any real shot of contending for a title anytime soon, the Heat need to go all in for Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell. Now, people can use the excuse that if Butler had been healthy against the Boston Celtics in this year's playoffs, things would have been more competitive, but it likely wouldn't have been enough anyways. Miami needs to make a major splash as soon as possible, or else it risks wasting the rest of Butler's career. NBA executives reportedly expect this summer to be active as high-spending teams grapple with restrictions under the new collective bargaining agreement. The Heat have to get in on the action and shake up the roster a bit. Butler and Bam Adebayo should be the only untouchables, and everyone else should be on the table in an attempt to acquire Young or Mitchell. Many NBA sources reportedly believe the Atlanta Hawks will trade Young this summer if they can find a buyer, and it appears as though the squad might prefer to get rid of him instead of DeJounte Murray. With Atlanta getting the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 draft, it might be even more inclined to trade Young. Some Heat fans are likely cringing at the idea of Young in a Miami uniform, but his talent is undeniable. The Heat have needed good, consistent point guard play for a while, and Young would help. Yes, Terry Rozier was a solid acquisition, but does he really move the needle? He also had some injury issues toward the end of the regular season and missed all of Miami's postseason run. NBA, Miami Heat should trade 4 players for Zach Lavine? With the Olympics over, we return to the normal Miami Heat offseason schedule. So far, the board has not moved to improve its squad and the team lacks players for specific positions. One of the players that was mentioned a lot in relation to the Miami Heat was Bulls point guard Zach Lavine. Although everything is very calm for now, the board could still try a move to strengthen its squad. Based on this, the website Bleacher Report made a very crazy suggestion on how the Miami Heat could negotiate with the Bulls. For BR, the Miami Heat could bring Zach Lavine in a trade involving 4 players. The Miami Heat know they can't start the 2024-25 season without making a bold move to secure more talent around them, but this is too bold a move to be worth it. Lavine played just 25 games last year because of surgery on his right foot. And there are still 3 years and $138 million left on his contract, which is no small feat. The Bulls, who are in a rebuilding process, may want to move on from Lavine. There are even those who say that the Bulls would need to include draft picks to convince someone to take Lavine, so this trade, with Reeves being the main name of the Miami Heat and without any draft pick involved, would be a big deal for the Chicago team. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Zach Lavine? Leave your opinion in the comments.